Well, good morning, everyone. It is the 22nd of November, 2019, and it's been a while since I've checked in with any of you anywhere. Lots going on here at the end of this incredible, crazy year of 2019. So much happening, so many projects to work on, so many things happening in the news, which I won't get into today. But today we're going to talk about a lot of fun things, all related to BQH, Beyond Quantum Healing, and art. And hi, everyone. My name is Candace Crow-Goldman, if you don't already know me. And today I'm welcoming my friend and fellow practitioner, Hannah Fogg, who is also an artist. And we are here to talk a little bit about art and how we've been inspired by. So, all right. Welcome, Hannah. How are you this morning?
I'm doing really well. I'm coming from Maine and we're having a bit of a rainy morning and start, but it's still a beautiful day here. So I'm really glad to be here with you. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here with you too. It's a little rainy here in Kansas too, and temperatures in the lower 30s. So that may turn to snow. Seriously, we're going to get snow before Maine. I don't know about that. But yeah, so I don't have a great deal of time this morning. Got other things scheduled here really quick. But what I wanted to talk with Hannah today is, well, not only some of our favorite topics that include BQH, Beyond Quantum Healing, and the quantum healing work we do with our clients, but also artwork, because we both have some things to share today. So I want to start with Hannah because can you remind me, Hannah, how we met? I have some vague memories of the calendar and the artwork, but I'm not sure which came first. Can you refresh my memory and everybody out there how it is that we met and got started and ended up to be colleagues as well as friends in the art world?
Yeah, absolutely. A few years ago, I started following Allison Coe and Michael James Garber. And when you put out the Beyond Quantum Healing course, I signed up for it like that week, I think. And I became friends with you. And then later, maybe it was last year, I had posted something on Facebook about doing my Advent calendars, which I do every year, and you bought some for your family, and that's where this all started.
Oh, you're super, super. Well, I have to tell you, I'm such a fan of, well, of course, art and handmade art, but also Advent calendars. As a child, I was absolutely enthralled with them. And one of the ones, and you know what, I think I still have it. It's more than 50 years old. It's one that my German grandmother gave me. And it is a tiny paper Advent. If I'd have had my things together this morning, I might have showed it to you, but there's just no way I'm going to have found that. But it was only about this size. And it was just a little paper one. It didn't have chocolate. It wasn't plastic. It didn't have anything to do with ornaments. It wasn't fancy at all. It was this tiny paper Advent calendar that was absolutely magical to me, and I kept it all these years. And when I saw that you were offering these truly lovely images and Advent calendar, I wanted to send them to my family, to my children as well. And you know what I love about your work and your imagery is it's not schlocky, it's not cartoony, which is fine. You know, there's always room and space for that kind of stuff, but it's really quite lovely, serene, gentle, if I may call them that, illustrations in an Advent calendar. And I just went, that's perfect. And I just had them sent off. And yeah, they're going up here pretty soon. Again, I'm sure this year in the homes of my family. So tell us about how you got started in, translating your artwork into Advent calendars.
Well, when I was young, my mom started making Advent calendars for my sister and I. And so when I had my own children, I was like, I have to do that for them. And so I started making them in 2011. And so now I have 9 different ones that I've made all of the different years, and many of them are for sale at our holiday sale and on Etsy. And so really, I actually made this artwork specifically for these advent calendars. One of the most fun things, I think, is trying to figure out what kind of image you can put together, and then what might go in different places so that there's, you know, people are always looking all around the whole thing to find different treasures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and such a wonderful, actually, I think, segue into how this translates to your work, doing consciousness exploration and BQH. You know, how's that? Do I still have you?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, had a little glitch there. So I wanted to make sure you were still on. How that translates into your imagery, because I've got at least this painting back here. When we're done talking with you, I want to talk about the same thing, how our work with consciousness exploration has translated into our image making, and how that's worked for you, especially with the Advent calendars.
Yeah, you know, every year when I make the Advent calendar, I try and choose something that's been significant about the year to make the calendar about. And in a lot of the images behind the windows, it's inspired by things that I've seen or experienced. And so since starting Beyond Quantum Healing and taking other people on so many journeys and going on so many myself, I've seen and experienced so many things that I never thought I would be able to say I actually experienced in that like real time. And so there's a lot of surprises in the calendar that are a nod to many of those experiences, actually.
That's just so wonderful. And I think you were particularly talking about the little woods scene behind you. Can you talk about that particular image, and maybe what session or what things inspired that? I've been waiting to hear this story.
This is that one. It's the one that I made for this year. And I actually, for whatever reason, when I started doing Beyond Quantum Healing, I started getting so many clients that have had lifetimes as pixies. I didn't know anything about pixies. I knew about fairies and devas and other elemental beings, but I knew pixies existed, but I didn't realize there was much of a difference. And I started seeing so many pixie lifetimes myself when I was a client as well. And I realized I have this really strong connection to the pixies. And so this Advent calendar this year is actually some scenes and a bigger nod to those pixie lifetimes.
You know, how amazing is that? I'm actually reaching back into my own session memory. Now, I've been doing this work full-time for 11 years, and I'm not sure, you know, in the more than I think I'm 1,200 sessions or something, I don't know that I've had one pixie session. And you've been doing this for a little more than a year, or about a year and a half, I guess now. And this is how energy and attraction works, isn't it? It's so amazing to me how we draw to us energetically and in ways that are kind of yet unexplained and maybe not quite known yet, how we bring those people to us. And not only do we assist them in exploring their consciousness, bringing more health and healing and happiness to their lives, but it informs our own life too. So your little campfire scene in the woods, you know, I have to say, and I don't, you know, I've been a teacher not only for consciousness expression, but I started out as a teacher of art, and I made it a promise to myself not to pay compliments to artists that I didn't truly feel in my heart a long time ago. And so this is with all sincerity. I'm really touched by your artwork. It's so gentle, it's so sweet. And this latest one is so beautiful with the light around the fire, of course, you know, the light. And then what I particularly found myself really focusing on and enjoying is you know, in my mind, kind of the cathedral of trees, and then the mountain back, which not only has light, you still see the starry sky. Magnificent handling there as an illustrator, my dear. Hats off to you. I think it's a beautiful image.
Thank you so much. I'm honored. It's always, I always get a little nerve-wracked thinking of what I'm going to do, and I have to wait for the inspiration to come. I can't do it until I have the inspiration, and it all just fell together this year, like within a weekend. And I was like, oh, finally.
Isn't that amazing? And that's, and what you're describing right there is flow, right? And when, when you do flow, when you try to force flow, it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work at all. And when you just wait for it and allow it, everything changes. And actually, that gives me an opportunity, if I may, to talk about this piece right here.
Please,
so,
please.
This piece right here, I have to tell you, it just got accepted into this show. I'm so thrilled about that. I want to talk about the show just briefly. It's the big Mark 100 show here in Wichita, Kansas. Mark Arts, the Art Association is 100 years old this year. They're having this huge party. It's a 1920s bash they're having on New Year's Eve. And they invited artists from a 6-state area to participate in a juried competition. And the competition was fierce. And I had my eye on this for a while. Now, I'll back up for a moment to tell you that it's just been since this summer that I like bought paints and I said, I'm doing artwork again. I haven't done figure drawing in about 30 years. I really haven't painted in 20. Not really. I've done designs, but I've not really done anything. And I watched this show come up and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And thing after thing after thing after thing came up. I couldn't do it. All kinds of family things, health things, medical things, dramas, house things, just all kinds of things. And do you know that I came to the weekend before? Everything was due on Monday and I couldn't do anything on Saturday. And I woke up Sunday morning thinking, I didn't get it done. I didn't get a paint. I didn't get to submit anything. I didn't, not really, not what I wanted. And then I thought to myself, my best paintings have been done in one sitting. This one right here among them. My best paintings have been done in one sitting. And I said, I have this deadline and this work thing. And I'm like, it's Sunday. I want to paint. And I sat with myself and I thought, well, do I even have anything to paint on? And I'd been carrying this canvas. It's a square canvas mounted to board. And I went and I measured it. And the first thing that I realized was, because I'm still deciding, am I going to do this or not? And I measured it. It was 42 inches. Now, 42 is a significant number in a number of ways. If you've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe or anything, 42, and I'm like, huh. And it's square on both sides. And I made that canvas so many years ago, and I've carried it around because I haven't made time to paint. And I put it upstairs on my easel, and I just thought, you know, I connected to the light, I connected to the energy, and I just asked, do I do this? Come on, it's done, it's photographed, and submitted by the morning. Can I do this? And it was like, hell yeah, hell yes, you can do this. You're ready. You have something to say. You can paint. And so I painted it frantically, furiously that whole Sunday. And it got in, and I'm so shocked, and I'm so thrilled about this. And it was flow, right? It was just flow. It was stepping into the flow. And I can't emphasize how important that flow is, not only for art, but for all things. All kinds of projects, all kinds of conversations, all kinds of shows, all kinds of anything, you know, things that you are thinking about doing. And if you sit down and you start to do them and inside you're like, I don't want to do them. Even things that you love, right? Even things that you enjoy sometimes. And if it's not kind of coming out in a smooth way, well, maybe there's some impediments to flow. There's all kinds of things that can mean. Flow isn't just about sessions. It's not just about artwork. It's about everything, about human and connecting to that flow. And do you know that Allison Coe, the image, and she does like some drawings and doodlings during her sessions as well. Yeah. I know. So, and as I've kind of stepped back into the art world, I've realized that there are more practitioners out there and people who are interested in spirituality and the whole ascension thing. And yes, frequency paintings. As a matter of fact, I want to quickly show this one too. And look how interesting all this is. First off, the colors, right? And this is not my painting, but you know, you have fire in yours, you know, and light. And this was a painting gifted to me recently by, and I'll tag her on this video, my wonderful friend, Babs Leonetti, who painted this and then gave it to me as a gift at a goddess retreat we just had recently. And she didn't mean to do it, but she painted a phoenix, right?
She did.
I mean, you can see it, right? And you can see the fire. And so much of my presentation at this event was about that. It was about, you know, rising from the ashes and Phoenix and some other fire ceremony things that we had done. And so what Babs was doing, even before she knew it, was stepping into the flow for what was going to happen just a few weekends ago at our beautiful event in the Ozarks, hosted by Samantha O'Hearn, which an incredible teacher all on her own as well. And yeah, so that's how we can find your Advent calendars. We want to make sure that everyone knows that they can order them and still get them here for the upcoming holidays, because we've got it's just 8 or 9 days before December starts and you get to open that first window.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have my calendars on Etsy under Otter Moon Arts, and I can list the link to that site below, below this video on your Facebook.
Yeah. And I'll put that on there too. Otter Moon Arts. Okay. So tell us where that came from. Otter Moon.
My children are Ashti Otter and Anouk Moon, and so it's their middle names.
Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? I had a couple pets long ago named Moon and Astro, and let me tell you that and we've named our farm Atira Moon. So, you know, how beautiful. And the moon features in, gosh, a number of your pieces, doesn't it?
Yeah, perhaps all of them. Certainly many.
Yeah, how wonderful. Oh, gosh. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about as far as, you know, even what's been going on in your sessions as we're coming to the end of 2019 and looking forward to 2020? What's your sense of the energetics at play right now as we move into the new year?
Yeah, you know, it seems like there's a lot of sort of intensity and heavy stuff that's been coming up recently, especially in November. Like I felt like August and early September were all about like creativity and inspiration, and then things started to get more challenging and heavy and deeper, and it seems like 2020, from everything that all the information I'm getting, is like a huge opening into like this new way forward, this new world coming. And I'm really hopeful about, I always feel like when all this intensity is coming up, it's coming up for our benefit so that we can release it, look at it again, heal it, make peace with it, do whatever we need to do to come into alignment with it, and let go of what doesn't serve so that we can move forward more easily. And so I feel like my hope is that this is like all this intensity coming up is maybe the final push for us to really look at those things that are deep within us again, mm-hmm. and then be ready to move forward into something much brighter. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting. How about yourself?
I love it. You know, actually, as I'm sitting here listening to you speak, I'm thinking about all of my own sessions, all the conversations that we have with colleagues and friends and clients, of course. And you know what, even this painting right here. So this painting there's like a dividing line, right? And then there's the lower and the upper, and there, it's exactly this, right? Exactly this. As we came into the Lionsgate in August of this year, there was a lot going on. We talked a lot about reset, and we talked a lot, and you've heard all kinds of way showers and energy workers and light workers talk about the reset and the frequency and the structures crumbling. Well, oh my gosh, all kinds of things are crumbling in a really big way. I've watched things like email systems. Our own websites had some issues. Structures of all kinds are being dismantled and sometimes knocked to the ground so that they can be built up in the proper way, not just patched. Right? We are done patching the old stuff that doesn't work. And some of the stuff that has come up in November has been really messy. I mean, really messy. Even again with my own house, things finally came to a head. We had to fix some stuff. More than one family member, 3 or 4 actually, have gone through some medical things. Of course, all of this to become better, to figure out how we can handle what's happening, release some of the blocks and some of the energetic, stoppage points, and start afresh. And I really think 2020 is going to be that for a lot of people. And I think it's also going to be a real transition point for a lot of people, where people are finally going to be pushed to the nth degree, and they're going to have to make a choice. And I see that choice point coming. And some people are seeing that choice as a great big, beautiful column of light, bright light that they're heading to. Some other people are headed towards something that seems a little messy or a little more chaotic. But, much like this painting of the Phoenix, I think that even in the fire, even in the destruction, even in the chaos, there's going to be something after that coming up in 2020. And it's just so much fun to talk to you about that, and about how we can reflect that not only in our artwork, but in our sessions as well. I think, there's a lot of new ground being covered by clients, and the clients that I have set from now to the end of the year, and even into the early part of 2020, most of these people are not new to this work. A lot of people who are coming to me right now are repeat clients, or people who have sessions with other people. They understand how this works. They understand how beneficial this consciousness exploration is. They understand that sometimes one time doing it isn't always going to reveal everything that might be helpful as we move into these new energetics, because we as humans, we are evolving as we watch, right? That's what's really happening here. We understand what evolution is, but it's happening so fast that we can kind of watch it, right? In abilities and other things going on. And it's a fascinating time to be alive and to participate in this next step for humanity. I'm so grateful to have friends and colleagues such as yourself who come together in a group and support each other with a big heart in this way.
It's so amazing that way. I'm so grateful for you and everyone in our forum group.
We really have a great group, and let me go ahead and take the time to mention that before we close today. So we are at quantumhealers.com, and quantumhealers.com got started back in 2008, supporting the practitioners of Dolores Cannon. But after her death, we have opened our doors, opened a lot of things, opened a lot of gateways, opened a lot more information, and now we are a place for all energetic healers and information providers, way showers of all kinds, who take clients and assist others, a real service to others kind of community, and a directory service. And you can find someone who can help you with all of this at quantumhealers.com. It's a really easy to use website. You can find somebody near you, or somebody who practices any number of modalities and assistance online as well, and that's your choice. that you can pick right in the drop-down box of features. So once again, Otter Moon Arts on Etsy. And how about your practitioner website, Hannah?
Yeah, that's actually ottermoonhealingarts.com.
There you go. There you go. All right. You can find both of us at quantumhealers.com. You know, I want to take the time to just thank all of the wonderful people who've been watching. There's my friend Tom Ramsey who's watching. I was thinking about you. I was making a couple of statements about assisting people in the new year, and maybe thinking about doing a session with a new upgraded version of yourself. And there's Scylla, and there's Renee, and there's Courtney, and Carla, and Tatiana. Thank you all so much for watching. My wonderful friend Elizabeth DeRochers is also watching. She's a great quantum healer up in Rhode Island. And Patty, and hi Stephen, you and I are going to get together real soon and talk about math. Can you believe that? We're going to talk about physics equations tomorrow. And I hope, actually, you know, in association with our tandem BQH session that I had with Pamela a few weeks ago. So yeah, I'm going to ask him questions. I don't know much about it. I hope that he can assist there. Anyway, oh, and there's Gladys. Hi, Gladys, and Olivia, Millie. Hi, Kenny. Thank you all so much for joining in. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.